Hello everyone, great to see you today. My name is Pastor Mag and welcome to Refill with Pastor Mag. I'm here in Rapid City. Once a month during the fall and winter, spring, I get together with the other pastors, with the E-Free Church, with our Healthy Church networks here in the Rocky Mountain District. It's a great time to get together. If you've ever been in a group of people that all do the same thing, you know how wild things can get sometimes. Well, okay, maybe not that wild. We are pastors after all. But today we are in Psalm chapter 41, so let's go ahead and read it and let's get into it. Blessed is the one who considers the poor. On the day of trouble, the Lord delivers him. The Lord protects him and keeps him alive. He is called blessed in the land. You do not give him up to the will of his enemies. The Lord sustains him on his sickbed. In his illness, you restore him to full health. As for me, I said, O Lord, be gracious to me. Heal me, for I have sinned against you. My enemies say of me in malice, when will he die and his name perish? And when one comes to see me, he utters empty words. While his heart gathers iniquity, he goes out and tells it abroad. All those who hate me together whisper together about me. They imagine the worst for me. They say a deadly thing is poured out on him. He will not rise again from where he lies. Even my close friend, whom I've trusted, who ate my bread, has lifted his heel against me. But you, O Lord, be gracious to me, and raise me up that I may repay them. By this I know that you delight in me. My enemy will not shout in triumph over me, but you have upheld me because of my integrity, and set me in your presence forever. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. I love how this starts off. You know, I say that every week, don't I? Or every day. It starts off, blessed is the man who considers the poor. But then it goes down here not too far later, and in verse 4, David says, be gracious, for I have sinned against you. And my first thought is, again, David? Seriously? You sinned against God again? But that's really not taking my life into account. You know, we can all look and say that we sin against God so regularly and it becomes tiresome. We could even say, seriously? I did it again? Not to quote Britney Spears, but still we do it on such a regular basis. And so much of the time we're not even aware that we're doing it. And yet David is aware he sinned again. He's asking God to be gracious to him. And then we continue on in verse 9. He has a close friend that betrays him. Have you ever had a friend that betrays you? Someone that turns on you when you really needed him? Well, David has someone that has betrayed him, and he's looked and has lifted his heel against him. The friend wants to curb stomp David, probably metaphorically, but who knows? David had a very violent life. And so, what does he ask? He asks God to be gracious. He asked that God would restore him, that he would find delight in him, and that his enemies would not triumph over him. It's amazing in verse 10 here we see that David says, but you, O Lord, be gracious to me and raise me up that I may repay them. Now, repay? That sounds a lot like revenge. We know that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, he will repay. And so we're not the ones that are looking to repay, and yet simultaneously it's amazing to see that in here. It's exactly how we feel when we are turned on by our friends, when those around us, our enemies, are closing in. And yet we seek that God would delight in us. We want to be upheld. We want God to come around us and secure us and be like those structures around buildings that hold them in place as they're being repaired and remodeled. You know, we want God to do that for us. And he doesn't have to. He rules the world, and yet he comes around David, and he'll come around you and I. You see, it doesn't matter what we are facing. If we have God, we have a majority. It doesn't matter who's against us. If we have God, then he will take care of those things that we can't handle. And it brings us to verse 13. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, everlasting to everlasting. Amen and amen. You see, the bottom line is it's about him. We think it's about us. We see everything through our eyes, through our mind, our vision, our concept, and so we think it's about us. And yet it's not about us. We are but a small piece in God's ultimate plan. So blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Let's go back to the Lord. Let's go back to Him when things seem to be falling apart, and know that He will do what is right. He will, as He says here, He will be gracious to us. Let's remember who He is and who we are. And when we keep that in order, when we keep our place and His place in order, life goes so much better. Anyway, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks for opening up Psalms with me today. If this has been encouraging to you, you would just hit that like button or that heart button on Instagram. We'd love to know that this has been an encouragement to you. Also, we meet every Sunday at 10:10 on YouTube or in person in Custer, South Dakota. If you'd like to join us in Custer, South Dakota, that'd be awesome. I know that vacation season is over, but if you would like to do that, that would be excellent. We'd love to see you. And if you'd like to join us on YouTube, we'd love to worship with you. But whether I see you in Custer or online, or when Christ returns, which I will, we'll see you real soon.